Hi, it's Amanda, and today I'm going to show you how to make a French classic called Gougères, which really just means cheese puffs. And I'm sure you've seen people on television make choux paste or pate choux. I know it sounds difficult, but it's easy AF. Okay, to make the gougères, it's made with pate choux, which just means choux paste. It's a dough that's simply made with water, butter, flour, and eggs. And eggs are the leavening agent that steam it open in the oven to make that beautiful hollowness in the center. Okay, so I have 8 tablespoons of butter, 1 cup of flour, 4 eggs, and 1 cup of water. Water and butter are already here and going. This is kind of like making a roux if you've ever made a roux before. Okay, as soon as this gets hot, which it is, I'm going to put in the flour. I'm just going to stir it in. My grandmother used to make these all the time. Cream puffs. She made the sweet version of this. Now, this base dough can make profiteroles. It can make, which is just cream puffs. It can make gougères, which we're making today, a cheese puff. And I just say puff because it always puffs in the oven. It can make beignets, eclairs. I mean, this base can make so many different things. And all you do, once the flour goes in, is you start to stir it, and you'll see, it makes a ball of dough. And as soon as it starts to pull away from the sides, it's almost ready. Just have to cook the flour a little bit more in the pot, and then it goes into your stand mixer. You can do this by hand, but I really like to use the stand mixer to beat some steam out of it before those eggs go in. So here we go. Just make sure that flour is cooked, and then we're going into the stand mixer. I'm using a paddle attachment, and in it goes. Now, I have actually made this in food competition, and it's a great thing to make quickly. It's just the oven time that can get you. They need to puff, they need to dry out. So, at home, it's great because it is easy. Simple ingredients, simple technique. Always plug your machine in. Okay, here we go. So let's turn it on, and you'll see what I mean. You beat the steam out a little bit. And then you put your eggs in, one at a time. Let the one egg get incorporated before putting in the next. And this makes a shiny, sheeny, glossy dough. Let the egg get in before you put the next, and repeat. This is such a classic pastry dough. I love it because it can make so many things. And it can splash all over you. I love getting dirty in the kitchen. Okay, once all the eggs are in, you just mix it a little more so it becomes a shiny dough, like I had said, and it looks gorgeous. It looks perfect. And again, I'm not doing anything miraculous here. I'm just mixing. All right, now you can take this dough as is right now, put it aside, and you can make anything sweet with it. But I'm gonna mix in this cheese because we're making gougères. This is Gruyere cheese, and I'm also using a little bit of Parm. That's about a cup of cheese. And that's gonna melt because this batter, this dough is actually very hot right now. You put in a pinch of salt. You can even put some pepper in here if you like. This makes the perfect appetizer. You put these out hot on a platter, and they will just get popped in the mouth of the guests, and they will be very happy. It goes great with champagne. Okay, so the cheese is in, and then we're gonna put it into our pastry bag and start to pipe it out. These can be free form, but you do want them to be uniform in size. They can be craggly and rustic looking, but uniform in size so that they cook evenly. I have my oven set for 400. You wanna do the same. Okay, I'm gonna get some in the bag. Don't overload your bag. Just get it in there. And tip, don't cut it until you're ready. And the size of your cut is going to determine the size of your gougère. Okay, so I cut it because I want these to be small. These are going to be little hors d'oeuvres. And then we're just going to pipe it out. I've greased the baking sheet. You can use butter or oil. You can see they're slippery. And you can put a little bit of water on your fingertips to just tuck in any of those rough edges. Now these are going to rise, but they won't spread too much. Again, this is sticky, so just use water to manipulate the size you want. Keep going, and then we're going to put it into a 400-degree oven. So cute. And we're going to bake them. Okay, so the Gougères, cheese puffs, out of the oven. I made some big ones, and I made the baby ones. And what I'm going to do is also toss them in an additional toss of cheese. I'm just using Parmesan here. Woo! They're so cute. They're so puffy and delicious. Toss them in extra cheese. Put them in a bowl with a napkin. Put them out on the table and watch them disappear. So delicious. So easy. Yeah. Here's a little tip, a little extra AF for you. If you don't have a pastry bag, you can use a zip top bag. Maybe you've heard this tip before, but I just love it. Everybody seems to have these around in some shape or form. Just take your batter, put it into the bag, and you know what else is great about this? If you're not ready to use it yet, you can keep it in the bag. Put it in and make sure, just like the pastry bag, you're using that pointy end, that corner of the bag. Squish it down. Cut the tip. You have your very own disposable piping bag.